Hello and welcome to this session in which we would look at a couple examples that illustrate the compensated absences recording on the governmental fund financial statement. So let's take a look at this example. In 2018, employees of Pico Rivers County earned $5 million in vacation pay. They were paid for $4.2 million, but deferred taking the balance of their earned vacation until subsequent years. So what they did is they earned $5 million. They work enough to be able to take $5 million, but they only take 4.2. In other words, they did not take 0.8 million in vacation. Also, the employees were paid 0.7 million for vacation earned in prior years. And what happened is the employees also took 0.7 million of vacation time during 2018 for time that they earned prior to 2018. So what they want us to do is to prepare the journal entry in the general fund to reflect the vacation pay earned in 2018. Well, in 2018 it's pretty straightforward. They earned 5, but they were only paid 4.2. So we only record what we paid. So we're going to credit cash 4.2 million. We're going to credit vacation expenditure 4.2 million. Now we recorded only 4.2, but they earned 5 million. Well, we don't record the amount that's deferred. So the 0.8 is deferred. So they're going to take it later. Okay, so we put this on what we call the schedule of long-term debt. Now also what they want us to do, they want us to prepare the journal entry to reflect the payment for vacation that had been earned in prior years. Also, what they did is they were paid for vacation in prior years, and that was 0.7. So what happened is they're going to debit, since they paid them, we're going to credit cash, obviously 0.7 million, and we're going to debit vacation expenditure 0.7 million. All right, so this is the entry that we make for 2018 for vacation times that was earned in prior years. Comment on how the schedule of long-term obligation would be affected by this transaction number 3. Well, what happened is we deferred 0.8 million. We add them to the schedule, but we also removed 0.7 million. Why? Because they took those 0.7 that they were on the schedule. So now the schedule will have only 0.1 million. Now you might be also wondering how would that entry would be different for 2018 if it was on the government-wide financial statement. On the government-wide financial statement, actually, we would have debited vacation expense, not expenditure. We would have debited a vacation expense 5 million. We would have credited cash 4.2 million, and we would have credited some sort of a liability, let's call it vacation payable, 0.8 million. So this is how we would record the 5 million. Okay, let's take a look at another example, and this has to do with sick leave. So Lemon County permit employees to accumulate any sick leave they do not take. If the employees do not use the accumulated sick leave, then they will be paid for those upon retirement or termination up to 45 days. Okay, so if they don't take them, they will be paid for them when they retire. In 2018, employees earned 4 million in sick leave. Of this amount, they were paid 3.1 million. So let's go ahead and record the 3.1 million. We're going to credit cash, because once they say that they paid it, it's easy. Credit cash, debit sick leave expenditure. The county expect that they will be paid 0.6 million as they take sick days in future years, and 0.2 million upon retirement or termination. Now, what's going to happen is this. They expect they will be paid 6.6 million as they take sick days in future years. Yes, but we don't know much about those 0.6 million. So we just don't do anything with the 0.6 million because that's an expectation, and we don't record an expectation in governmental fund because this expectation could be 2-3 years from now. However, 0.2 million upon retirement or termination. Well, the 0.2 million, because it's upon retirement or termination, what's going to happen? Also, we don't record it, but what are we going to do with this 0.2 million? We're going to put it on the schedule of long-term debt. So on the schedule, we're going to record 0.2 million. Okay? Why? Because those amounts will be paid once the employee retired or terminated. The 0.6 is an expectation. We just don't record the expectation. Okay? So this is what we do. So based on the current standard, prepare the journal entries for 2018. Indicate the amount to be reported on the long-term obligation. It's 0.2 on the long-term obligation. Okay? What is the rationale for the standard that underlie your entry? So what's the rationale? What's the rationale? Well, here we are dealing with modified accrual accounting. Okay, in modified accrual accounting, when it comes to sick leave, the only thing that would record is anything that's going to reduce our current financial position, current financial resources. And the only thing that's going to reduce our current financial resources is the 3.1 million that we had to pay for sick leave during 2018. Okay, now the amount to be paid in the future, okay, now those are recognized in the government-wide financial statement. On the government-wide, that's different. But on the governmental fund, we only recognize the things that we're going to be paying now or 60 days after year end, which is from current financial resources. Okay, and what else do we do? Anything that we are responsible for, it goes on the schedule of long-term debt, not on the governmental fund. Okay. So the rationale is simple. The payment of sick leave, okay, is contingent upon the employees getting sick. Are we going to know if the employee is going to get sick or not? How would we know this? We don't know this. Okay. So the key economic event is the illness. And if the employee doesn't get ill, we have no control over that. This employee have no control over that. Therefore, it's a water under the bridge, the event as it never happened. But anything that accumulate, for example, the 0.2, we put it on the schedule. But anything that we cannot record expectation of people getting sick because we don't have control over this. The employee doesn't have control over this. Okay? If you have any questions, any comments, by all means, email me or see me in class. Study hard.